Hello and welcome, Luke Millard here with you today, and I thought I'd make a video today that discusses the Asimi price and the future of Asimi, because I know that at the time of making this video we're a little under 1 year of operation, which is a huge milestone for us and really exciting to have almost completed our first year in this space, in this business. And so I thought I'd make a video really addressing the Asimi price, because I know that that is a big topic at the moment, and for good reason, because I think we can all appreciate that since the launch of Asimi early on, we've seen a very steady price decline in the value of Asimi. And so I thought I really should address that with everybody, have a discussion, just a casual discussion about the price of Asimi and why it may have come down to these levels that it's at currently, and a little bit of an explanation about why that's happened, but also how we're going to build this business and build this token into something really, really spectacular. And so I wanted to address it. However, it's important to note that this isn't financial advice or investment advice. This really is just a casual video addressing some of the reasons that I see for where we're at right now. So there'll be a disclaimer at the end of this video. Make sure you make the decisions that are right for you and read that disclaimer, of course. But I wanted to give you some of my feedback so that you can understand exactly how I see it and where we're up to in the journey of Asimi and hashing ad space. So first off, let's talk about the goal of Asimi, because what is the real purpose here? Like, why do we have Asimi? Why do we have hashing ad space? And the real purpose is it's to build a strong and growing token economy. And the way that we do that is by helping people succeed in online business. And so this whole idea has stemmed from the fact that I want to help people succeed in online business. And that is because online business, online marketing, affiliate marketing, it really did change my life entirely, several years ago when I found a lot of success online. And I started to identify what is it that people need in order to help their lives, to create more freedom and choice in their lives from the internet, because the internet has provided this opportunity for anyone. It's leveled the playing field so that any single person can go out there and they can substitute or even replace their income or even find a new lifestyle just with the power of something that is available worldwide to any person. And it really has opened the door for so many people to create a new life for themselves. And I wanted to be able to help other people find that. And I know that there are two really important aspects when we talk about the make money online niche that people are constantly looking for. And one is just a way to earn. So something that they can rely on to make a little bit of income. And the other is traffic. When they want to expand their affiliate businesses or their online businesses, how do you find people that are interested in your products and your services? And so both of those aspects are really, really key in the journey that takes people to freedom online and to be able to create really a business from home, so a work from home business. And so I wanted to combine both of those into this one idea so that people can start earning. It might be their very first time ever to earn on the internet. They can come, they can do that for free. It doesn't cost them anything. And I wanted to start with that so that it's a high value proposition where people can really just participate with no cost to them, and then also offer a really strong product and service that I know is valuable, that people actually want. So that is sort of why this idea came about. And as you can see, creating the income by watching ads and offer that advertising solution. But the point really was to help people by adding value to that market. This entire business concept has the underlying message here is, how do we help other people really push themselves into success online, and what can we offer them in order to do so? And so we wanted to add that value to this entire marketplace, to this niche. And so I think that if you have been with us since the launch, you can understand that our intentions here really are to help people succeed. We didn't have an ICO, so we didn't charge people for Asimi. We didn't sell Asimi to people. We didn't use it as a fundraising tool. What we did was we allowed people to earn it for free and then let it trade on the market. And so that speaks volumes for our intentions here, because what we really wanted to do was give value to the market and let the market choose how they're going to interact with it. And that's always been the way that we, the way that the vision for this business. I think that so far, if we talk about where we're up to right now, I think we really have set the stage for people to be able to do those things, and we really have already come such a long way. That said, for some reason, right, which we're going to get to in a moment, the token value has taken a tumble, and so this video is really to try and help people provide some insight into why it is that we see that has happened. Because I know that if you're maybe new to online business, or even if you're established, I mean, economics is a massive topic. And so when you think about the value of a token, why does it move? Why does it go up? Why does it go down? Why doesn't it move at all? Why does it go sideways? Like what is it that drives that? What are the forces behind that? It is a big topic, and people study for years to analyze that. I mean, even their entire lives. And so it's something that I'm going to try and really simplify here for you, so that we can talk about why that token price has moved in the downward direction. So in order to understand that, I want to first explain how the economy works. What are we actually doing here, right? Like, what is the purpose of hashing ad space? Because yeah, sure, we want to help people succeed on an online business, but how do we actually facilitate that within our platform? And the way that we do it is we transfer value from advertisers' budgets into the viewers' hands, right? That's a simplified version of how this actually works. And we do it in two ways. One is a really direct way in the view to earn system, where you can join for free and you just watch ads. The advertiser sets the price for those ad views, and then when the person watches the ads, that is a direct transfer of ownership. Okay, so somebody spends money on an advertising campaign, they get value because they're running a campaign, they get views to their website, and then their viewer gets immediate gratification as they watch the ad, and that Asimi is transferred into their own wallet. This is a really direct relationship of this transfer of value. There's another indirect way, and that really comes down to our ad minting. And the ad minting is the issue of new tokens every single day to the marketplace. So if you mint ads, then what you're doing is you're minting new Asimi tokens into supply. And what that does is, that's how we create all of the Asimi in circulating supply at any given time. The advertiser purchases advertising for the ad minter, but it's not a direct relationship. It's an indirect relationship where the advertiser first needs to get Asimi, and so they have to purchase Asimi on the exchange. So it adds that demand to the Asimi exchange, which is an indirect transfer of value, as an ad viewer may exchange their Asimi for the Bitcoin or USD or something. So it's that indirect way. But either way, the function is the same. The point of hashing ad space is to transfer value from advertisers' budgets into the viewer's hands. And the reason is because the advertiser gets value for the views. Okay, so they get value for the views, but the viewer gets the value in the revenue. And so it's a really smooth system, in my opinion. I think it's a really strong idea, and that's why, we've gotten behind it. I mean, that's why we've seen such remarkable growth so far, because people really like the idea. And I think I want everyone to really understand that the reason that we built this business, it's because I think it's a fantastic idea. Like, I really stand behind the model and see this as something that can grow into 1 million+ users, that can grow, really over decades to come, as people continue to get involved in something that really can last and is sustainable in its reward system. And that's really why, I am so confident with our system, even though we've seen this price decline. And like I said, we're going to continue to get to that. But I just feel so confident in the fact that, we know the mission that we're on here, and we know that people really, when things are going well, they really get behind what we're building here. This transfer of value, it makes sense to people. They can understand, they can see it. It's simple, it's easy, anyone can do it, but they can see how it works. They can see, yeah, an advertiser spends Asimi, and then I get it for watching ads. And the advertiser can see, yeah, if I purchase this product, then I get X amount of views to my website, and that's valuable for me. So people are really, they're on board with the mission here and the way that we're doing it. And that's why we've seen that such an explosion in our business model. But all of that said, we're still seeing this Asimi price decline. So one of the reasons that we've seen that decline is because it's an inflationary based rewards model. So what we're doing is we're issuing that new Asimi token every single day into the market. So as people mint that Asimi, that 17,000 plus Asimi plus, then we've also got the commissions on top of that. So both of those are inflationary, meaning that the tokens didn't exist yesterday and then they were minted into supply the next day. Now, there's sort of two sides to this inflation model. One is that, yes, that can put downward pressure on the price of the token due to the fact that there's all these new tokens every single day. That said, we've modeled it from Bitcoin, and the reason that we've done that is because Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies, other leading cryptocurrencies, have really proven that an inflationary based model works. And the reason that it works is because of the reward system behind it. Miners will mine Bitcoin, and it's highly competitive because they want to receive the new Bitcoins that are basically issued every single day. And it's the same with minting Asimi. People come because they want to mint the new Asimi. They want to get their hands on more of those tokens. And so it creates the demand as well. It creates demand for the products, it creates the audience for the sale of the advertising because of that inflation program. So it's necessary, and this is the reason that Asimi, that's why Asimi has to exist. Because Asimi must exist in order for us to facilitate that minting system that drives the demand to the token via creating a valuable product, because people want to come to earn it. So the reward system has to be in place, but it does add inflation to the business. What's great about it is that the inflationary pressure reduces day in, day out. So when you look at the percentage of Asimi tokens in circulating supply versus the amount of new Asimi tokens that are issued for that day, every single day that percentage reduces because the supply is getting bigger. And so what's happening is the effect of that new issue every single day becomes less and less and less as time goes on. And so it creates this sort of slow burner economy where it takes some time to develop, okay? Because this first 12 months, I mean, that's the biggest inflation that will ever occur in Asimi, and it just continues to get smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller. And why that, it's so important to understand, because when you look at other leading tokens, maybe like Bitcoin again, it took a while to get going, okay? It was really low for a while, and people, takes time because at the time Bitcoin was launching, there's about 7,000 Bitcoins being issued every single day. And so what that meant was it's that same process where you're having all of these new tokens hitting the market, hitting the market, hitting the market. But as time goes on, it gets really exciting, because as time goes on, the inflation, like I said, as a percentage gets less. Plus, you start to halve that reward schedule every 4 years, and so it creates this sort of squeeze towards the end as the decade goes past, where you see some phenomenal changes, and that is what's happened with Bitcoin. And so that model is an exciting model because, one, it allows all of the early adopters to get their hands on a lot of the tokens, because there's a lot of new tokens being issued every single day. So it gives an opportunity to early adopters to collect huge amounts of the token. And then as time goes on, they are heavily rewarded. If you look at other tokens like Bitcoin, I mean, the early adopters, maybe they didn't realize the potential at that time, and they were careless with their Bitcoins. I mean, there's that story of all of those Bitcoins being traded for 2 large pizzas, for instance. But as time went on, those early adopters became very, very highly rewarded as that inflation schedule really started to take effect in that intended use. And so we really wanted to bring that into Asimi so that we can have people that come here, they watch ads, they get behind the business, like yourself, who's watching this right now, an early adopter, here within the first 12 months of this business, and you get rewarded the most. And as that happens, as time goes on and the value can increase, then you can really reap the rewards of all of the work that's been happening in the first 12 months. There's an unbreakable relationship between supply, demand, and price. They are tied together. And so what we're talking about there is supply. And if we have a constant demand curve, then what that means is that eventually, as that rewards system, as that inflation rate starts to drop, then you start to see that change in direction in the market. But that's not good enough for us, okay? What we want to do is drive demand, because the best way to create a lot of success for this token is to drive demand. And if you drive more demand to the token, then the price can rise, okay? And so what we're working on behind the scenes is we're working on new ways to create more demand. So new products, new services, new publishers, ways to get the word out there so that there's more adoption of Asimi. And what that does is it creates more demand at the same time as the supply, that rate starts to decrease. And so knowing that since the beginning, I understand that this is all part of the cycle, okay? And so that's why I'm not overly concerned. I mean, I like to look at the successes that we've had on this business already. Asimi's success, the way that it's being used so heavily, the way that we've got that adoption of all of those people that are joining to get involved in this business. I know there's a huge amount of support out there for Asimi and for this idea. I know that people can really see the value in what we're doing, and now they're waiting to see that Asimi goes up, because as soon as it does that, every single time we've seen a price bump in Asimi, there's a huge amount of activity that happens. People get engaged and excited because everybody can see what we're doing here, but they're just sort of sitting there thinking, okay, when's it going to change? When's this trajectory going to change for the better? And so it's our job to really drive that demand through these new ideas, and that's really going to help everyone. Like I said, all the early adopters as we move forward. So this is to give you an idea of why we've seen that price decline. And on top of sort of just that inflation, which is something that time will help, but also something that we can drive and change the direction via demand, is the same as most tokens, and that is there's a lot of excitement around the launch. And what happened was, we ran the pre-launch minting that really was designed to offer huge amounts of value to everybody, and then we get all of that excitement, and we launched this Asimi token at a value that we think is a fair value, around that 50 cents, which is something that we still see, okay? So our price range, if you read the economic report, that is still where we see the value of Asimi to be. That's our target, and that is what we're working towards, and nothing's actually changed there. It's interesting just how easy it would be to get back to that 50 cents to $2 range. I mean, it's right there for the taking, really, when you look at the market and the demand that we would need in order to get back into those levels. But really, that excitement drove that token through that price there until the inflationary pressures have really taken it down. And one of the biggest effects of the inflationary pressures, something that we hadn't had in our numbers, was the view to earn overpayment. Now, unfortunately, what this has done is it's issued new Asimi tokens that weren't accounted for in this first year. Good news is that that's finished and it's over now, and we've fixed that issue, meaning that that's not going to continue to happen. However, what has happened is that people they received additional Asimi tokens for watching ads, and advertisers got free advertising. So as unfortunate as it really is just a promotional expense, if you can imagine. So the company, Hash and Ad Space, is absorbing that overpayment as a promotional expense to help us grow, which it did. All right, we got a huge amount of numbers of people that have come into this business, and now we have to absorb that. But what it did do, and it doesn't change anything in the big picture, changes nothing in the big picture, but what it has done is it's created some price pressure in the short term. And so that is unfortunate for people maybe that joined in the first month because they've seen this big sort of price decline that's happened. But it's good to know that that is resolved, and now we really can work on driving the business and driving Asimi back up. One of the key parts to a price of any stock, housing market, token economy, it doesn't matter, is market sentiment. What are people doing? What are they thinking about? And what happens when market sentiment gets low is that it continues to put pressure down when maybe it's not sort of justified. But because of the madness of markets, what happens is as the price goes down, people sell and they sell and they sell and they sell because they get caught up in the emotion of it. And as the price goes up, they buy and buy and buy at the top. And it's sort of, they've got it backwards. Typically, market, has got it backwards. So when you look at an example like Bitcoin, when it hit $20,000, everyone was buying Bitcoin. You could talk to people in the streets, my friends, people that knew nothing about Bitcoin. We're all buying Bitcoin, right? Everyone's buying Bitcoin. It's $20,000. And then earlier this year, when it's trading at $4,000, no one's buying Bitcoin, right? Everyone's selling their Bitcoin. And so people are buying it at 20,000 and they're selling it at 4,000. They've got it completely around the wrong way. Need to be selling it at 20,000 and buying it back at 4,000. And so the madness of markets and market sentiment plays a huge role there, because people get caught up in the emotions. As it's going up and hitting the tops, they think it's going up forever. And as it's going down and hitting the troughs, they think it's going down forever. And so they make exactly the wrong decision. So what it has done is it's contributed, because of this inflationary pressure, it's contributed to the price decline as people start to think, oh, is this just going to happen forever and forever and forever? And so that market sentiment has continued to help drive the price down, while maybe that wasn't really justified in the real token value based on our economic models. So the good news is that the exact opposite effect happens when the market changes. So as the market changes and sentiment changes and people start to think differently, like I just already mentioned, you get that excitement and that action as people start to really get engaged again. And so what happens is that starts to really move the price in exactly the opposite way. So every snowball effect that has created the low, that happens again in a snowball effect that creates a high. And so that is probably one of the other main reasons that I understand that this is just a swing of the market, because it's so important to note that we are here building this business for the long term. This is our mission. This is my goal, right? This business, it wasn't something that I just thought up and thought, let's just give it a go. Okay, this is something that I really spent a huge amount of time, effort, and money to develop something, and with the advisors, to develop something that really I believe is a fantastic idea that people can get behind and really benefit from. So we're on that mission, and just because the price of Asimi's changed doesn't change our mission. It doesn't change what we're doing. We're doing the same thing, and the price of Asimi is going to fluctuate. If the price of Asimi had gone up, we'd still be doing the same thing. If it was flat, we'd still be doing the same thing, right? We're just on a mission to expand our economy, help people succeed online. And the float in value of the Asimi token, that really is just what it is, okay? It's just at this moment, at this exact moment, that's what it's trading at. But it can change at any single moment. So let's talk about why we think Asimi is here to stay and the future growth of it, because I think we can all agree the growth of Hashing Ad Space and the members, it's remarkable. To be nearing 300,000 people in the first year, that really is a huge achievement. And I thank everyone, all of our affiliates and everyone for spreading the word and really helping us grow to those numbers. It's proven, the model is proven by the Bitcoin schedule. It's a sustainable model that really interests people. And this is probably one of the biggest parts about this entire business is, people actually want this. This token economy is real and people actually want it. And for as long as you want to participate, you can earn Asimi tokens, and they're your Asimi tokens. There's never going to come a time when we say, oh, we can't pay your Asimi. We can always pay the Asimi. It's already accounted for. It's already built into this model. And so it's a sustainable way to earn watching ads, and it's a token economy that creates value in other places like the marketplace creation, the advertising, and all of the other products to come. And so it really interests people because people actually want it, just like we talked about at the very start of this video. So that is the biggest part, because that is what creates demand. As long as we put one foot in front of the other and continue to persevere and drive forward and innovate and bring new ideas to the market, that's new demand and new interest, and that builds this token economy and makes it more robust, because that is what we want, right? We have the same goal, likely. Everyone here wants to see Asimi go back up into the higher, into the dollars, right? Everyone here wants that, and that's fantastic, right? That's what we're driving towards too, to build a business that does that. But I understand that there is going to be these times when the market's really going to go outside of that range. And this is definitely one of them. We have that true product use that people actually want. Thousands of Asimi used every day. So this is a point of difference to many other token economies. Our token actually gets used. Asimi is actually used. Thousands of Asimi are actually used every single day. And that really is, that's the core. That's the core here. We have this simple crypto earning model, and it can be 100% free. And we have a way that people can earn online watching ads. Now, of course, we have other mechanisms in place. You can stake your Asimi, you can mint new Asimi, but really the underlying point here is that we have a high value proposition, as people can watch ads for free and they can also advertise their businesses. And so this earning model that anyone can do 100% free, it helps drive more business and more adoption, because it's the best free offer online. And on top of that, you can earn commissions doing it. So you can promote this business to other people, share it with your friends, they come and watch some ads, and sure, it's a modest amount of Asimi, but what everyone needs to really focus on, in my opinion, my personal opinion, is the potential of that Asimi. If you can earn it right now when it's super cheap, what could that mean in the future? That's the way that I see it. And anybody can do it, no previous experience, and that is, again, what's helped it grow. Reliable admin. So of course I'm talking about myself there, but I'm talking about our entire team. It's really important to know that this is the business that we are building, and there's never going to be that time, like I said, that we don't pay out at the Asimi or try and control people's Asimi. Everything we're doing really is to help people succeed online, and that's our mission. So anybody that has hesitations or thinks that I have a hidden agenda or something like that, I just, I can't really even comprehend a time when there's ever going to be a problem with this business, because this is what we are, right? This is Asimi. It's the backbone of it, this entire system that we're doing, and we are working every single day, a whole team of us working, powering forward every single day. And like I said, the Asimi price doesn't affect that. The Asimi price, today's Asimi price, it doesn't matter what it is, because we are here working behind the scenes very hard every single day to make sure that we continue to drive this economy, and that's not going to change. Just like I said there, I was a little bit early, working hard on expansion and adoption, right? That's exactly what we are doing. And it's important to really note that, because that is the key in a token economy. If we continue to innovate and drive that demand, then we see some really exciting things. So the goal here, I believe, is to focus on collecting Asimi at lower prices, because this swing in the market, we can see the reasons for it. We can see that we've had that excitement in the launch, we've had that inflationary pressure that has occurred, and now there's this chance for people to adopt Asimi at really, really remarkable prices. And in my opinion, it creates this new opportunity where people can participate starting now and really start to see some growth in their business and their income. And I sympathize, right? I sympathize with the people that maybe are sitting on Asimi that they purchased at a higher price and they're waiting for the market to come back up. And that is all part of it. Unfortunately, we have seen this decline, but really it is just a matter of, we have to wait. You have to wait until we can build this and continue to drive it. Some people will, everyone's free to do whatever you want with your Asimi, of course. You can do whatever as you choose. But I think that ultimately, some people will liquidate their Asimi at any price, and what's going to happen is that the adopters of that Asimi, the people that get it, they're going to benefit from it. And that shift in ownership from people that don't value it, that don't want to be part of the community, into the hands of people that do value it and they're ready to run with this community, that's a huge opportunity for people. And we want everyone here to succeed. We value the fact that you are here and you're participating, no matter what that is for you. Maybe you watch ads, maybe you advertise, maybe you mint, maybe you stake, maybe you're an affiliate and you just promote. Maybe you're all of the above. And we value that. You're free to do as you choose, right? Some people, maybe it doesn't interest them, and that's okay. They don't need to participate. Some people are really big supporters, and that's fantastic. Thank you so much for that. But underlying, it's just our mission to persevere. right? It's our mission just to continue to work forward and build the business that will help Asimi and support it. And the way that we do that is through sales. And that's why we're creating all of these new ideas and these new platforms so that we can increase sales and really drive Asimi tokens. And so that's what we're doing here in order to really create a future for this economy. And it's here to stay, okay? It's as simple as that. We're building this because we know people want it. I mean, some of our login advertising product, for instance, is completely sold out. And every day now it's been popping back up and it's been selling out again. Okay, that's an indication that the services that we have, people want. It really is an exciting economy. And I hesitated in making this video because, in my opinion, this market is just a simple, it's just part of the cycle. And if we continue to push forward, then at some point that changes. And when that changes, sentiment changes. And all of the people, unfortunately, that we're sitting with right now who have seen only declines in Asimi, we start to see people that are seeing appreciation in Asimi. People that purchased Asimi cheap, and then now they're sitting on profits and they're telling a success story, right? So some people, yeah, sure, we have to wait for that to grow. But some people that adopted at lower prices, they're going to start to see that success story and really be that for a while. And that's going to change the sentiment. It's going to start to balance it out until finally we have that positive sentiment and it pushes back up. All the while, we just have to continue to put one foot in front of the other. I think something that I haven't really noted here that is really important to state is that you guys set the price for Asimi. Okay, we don't actually do that. And I think that is an important point because we created this so that it's a free trading market, so that everyone can just participate. And we don't influence the market in any other way than driving true demand to it by creating products. Okay, that's the only way that we can influence it. We don't actually influence the market. And so it's up to you. It really is up to all of the participants. You can sell it at any price. You can hold it. You can buy it at any price. And the market sets the price for it. And so as a community, the community gets to decide what they think Asimi is going to be worth. And that really comes down to, what we're doing here so that we can show everybody that this is here to stay and give that confidence to people that maybe they don't have, or maybe they question you because maybe they hear something from someone else and they think, oh, maybe that's the truth. And so I made this video to really just tell you what the truth is. And the truth is that we've seen this over the first year, but we didn't build hashing out space in Asimi for the first year or the first launch or the first months. Okay, this is built for decades. And so if we see a bit of a price decline during the first 12 months, then we see a bit of a price decline during the first 12 months. But it's our goal to continue to push it year after year after year, and so people really benefit from it, so that everyone that participates benefits, okay? And that is really cool about this business. Everyone that participates can benefit, and this is huge compared to other businesses, even multi-level marketing businesses where people, they buy their product or whatever, and then they never make any money because they can't refer friends and all the rest of that. That's not the same here. Every single person can benefit in this business because the advertisers, they spend money to advertise, but they benefit in a different way to the ad viewer, right? The ad viewer is getting income, but the advertiser benefits through the leads and sales they generate in other businesses or different ideas, okay? And so what that means is every single participant of this entire economy really can win, and that is why we continue to drive, because we know that we can help people succeed in online business. And sure, I keep saying it, but that's the point of this video. We've seen that decline, but that can change at any moment. The market can choose to drive Asimi up at any moment. It could be back up in that range at any time. And so we can't focus only on the price all of the time and look at the price, look at the price, look at the price, because then we'd have to look at the price on the way up. People that think, that the sky's falling when it's down, what do they do when it's going up? Are they in this emotional roller coaster as the price goes up and down, up and down, up and down? And so you have to look at the underlying fundamentals about what we're building, why people are joining it, what we can do next so that we can continue to drive new demand to this business so that everyone really can benefit, because that tells the true story about where we're headed in the future and what this is going to be. So it was a long video. Thank you so much for watching all of it. I know I've been talking, I've nearly lost my voice, but the point of this really was to share my thoughts about what it is that we're doing here, so everyone understands this business is here to stay. Okay, Asimi is here to stay. We are just evolving and innovating and bringing all of these. We've got this huge board of all of these cool ideas, fantastic concepts that we're going to bring to the market to really grow this economy. And you are one of the early participants. And so because of that, I think you're going to be really highly rewarded as time goes on and we continue to drive this business. I have talked a lot about price, and so I just want to go through the disclaimer quickly with you. So there are inherent risks associated with hashing out space and cryptocurrencies. So this wasn't investment advice, and I just wanted to give you some thoughts about why we think our token economy is valuable and why we know that we can really drive this into a robust token economy with high liquidity, because we see it as true demand for what we're building here. That said, you really have to make the decisions that are right for you, guys. You have to participate in the way that is right for you, and you should seek professional, independent, legal, tax, and financial advice before deciding to participate in any hash and ad space services. So it's important. So pause this video, read this disclaimer. But that really is it from me for today. So thanks again for watching this video all the way to the end. I appreciate you taking the time to sit here with me as I explain what I see in this economy and where we are headed. So thanks again for participating. Take action. Really make it your mission to acquire as much Asimi as you can. Watch your ads, promote whatever it is. Use our advertising services. Really make it your mission, because I think that we have a really exciting future ahead, and I'm glad to have everyone here with us. Okay, thanks guys. Luke here, and I'll see you in the next video.